What's up, guys? I'm Josh.
What's up? I'm John.
And welcome to Let's Plays Animes. Today, we're doing a special kind of video. Not really special, but kind of like a more not regular tone video. We're kind of going to be talking about in this. So this video is really important because we are talking about the new dynamic of the channel. A lot of you guys, we wanted to make this video for you guys so that you guys can know what's going on if you're a new supporter, if you're an old supporter and you just didn't want to watch the 2K live stream, which if you want to catch the long version, you can check that out in the 2K live stream video.
Down in the description, guys.
Yeah, I'll put the link to that down in the description if you want the long version of it. But this is basically going to be a short little video. Shouldn't be longer than like 10-15 minutes.
Psych!
And it's basically going to be discussing the new dynamic. So, obviously, what do I mean by the new dynamic? The new dynamic is basically, for right now, me and John. It might be other people in the future as well, which would be cool. But for now, the dynamic is just going to change steadily and shift, but also flow in the same direction. And what I mean by that is the old dynamic was me, if you're an old supporter of the channel, or if you just came across a new video. Like, for example, we're doing My Hero Academia reactions right now. So if you started on our reaction to 1x1, which is Season 1, Episode 1, and then you can continue to where we are now, and you ask, where did the other people go? You probably already know if you just followed every video in order, because I did explain that in the 2K live stream. But if you didn't and you just, did the playlist, like our My Hero Academia playlist, which shows you every episode in order without the live stream being part of that playlist, then you're like, oh, these people disappeared at a point, and I don't know why. So, for those of you who are asking those questions, the other three people that are part of this channel, Marissa, Randrell, Bria, they are all gone from the channel. Originally, I know I had told you guys that Bria was still going to be a part of the channel, but unbeknownst to me, she has removed herself from the channel. She hasn't communicated to me at all, but she has removed herself from the channel and basically made it known that she's not going to be part of videos anymore, which was without my knowledge. That comment came from a comment that was on the new channel of Marissa and Randrell, which, if you guys didn't know, they also created a new channel after they left my channel. So that was unbeknownst to me until someone took screenshots and sent them to me, because I don't keep up with their channel at all. To be honest with you guys, don't really care what's going on with them and stuff like that. So I did want to discuss a comment that we had from this user named Toga Best Girl. And John's here to kind of share his opinion as well whenever he feels because he is a part of the channel now. I wanted him to be a part of the video so that he could have his own opinion and stuff like that, even if he wasn't directly related to the situation. So this comment, I'm going to be using my phone. I will edit in the comment or the screenshot so that you guys can see. But for right now, I'm just going to be reading it off my phone. So
Toga Best Girl.
Yeah, Toga Best Girl. So Toga Best Girl left a comment on our 3x4 video, so that you guys know that it's not fake. It's real. You can go look up that comment at any time. It's still there. I don't delete the comments ever. Even if it's super negative, I just don't believe in deleting comments, because I think that it shows that you have something to hide. Which, if I'm trying to be as genuine and real as possible with you guys, you should never delete comments. Because you're just silencing people's opinions.
Yep.
Now, however, you might combat that with saying, oh, during the live stream, did you not delete Marissa and Randrell's comments? I did. Because that was a conversation that they were unrelated to as far as their opinions mattering, because they had already left the channel, and at that point they were trying to create controversy and chaos in my chat while I was explaining a situation to you guys. So that's why I will always X their opinions out, because they have their own platform. And if they refuse to make a video on their own platform, that either shows A, they don't care about it enough, or B, they don't have a real opinion or argument to be able to create their own video on their own platform. So if they're not willing to create their own video on their own platform, that's up to them and that's on them, but I'm not going to let them come on, my channel and just spread controversy and chaos and stuff. That's not what I'm about here. So basically gonna read this comment to you guys. From Toga Best Girl. This comment was left on Friday. We are recording this on Monday. So, comment says, great reaction. This episode was my favorite of season 3 and best girl incoming. I don't know about that. Toga ain't my favorite character, but y'all know that. But yeah, it says, also, this is unrelated, but I've been following along the channel since the early days, and I went to Marissa/Randrell's new channel and tried to talk to them about what went wrong from their side, and they ended up deleting the entire chat thread of conversation we had. I took screenshots though, so if I send you my screenshots, can you make a video explaining some of the things they said? If not, I understand. Thanks, Josh, for always, in my opinion, being the most passionate about doing reactions, and I'm sorry you had to go through what you did with the other 3. John is an awesome addition though. He's growing on me. So first of all, I wanted to address you, Toga Best Girl. Thank you so much for being a part of the channel and being a supporter. I really do appreciate you and appreciate even like your need or want to go to their channel and try to ask them about their side of the opinion, because that is a logical thing to do. You want to know both sides. That's a fair point. So it's like from you talking to them and them saying whatever as I'm going to read to you guys and then deleting their comments, like, that's not healthy for anyone. And that's not healthy for the viewers. That's not healthy for them and their new viewers or whatever. Like, that just means that every negative comment, like, you'll only ever see positive comments on their stuff because they'll just delete the other comments because they don't want people to see them. Yep. So it's like if they were truly, like, convinced in their point or their side of the story or whatever they say about me or calling me a liar or saying that I'm wrong or whatever, if they say that and they leave it up, then we know that that's their concrete opinion. If they delete it and they make it not viewable to everyone, then what does that make us think? Okay, it makes us think that they were lying and they're trying to hide the truth from people. Yep. So it's like, you guys see that I don't delete any comments. None of you can say that I've ever deleted your comment because I straight don't ever press the delete button. I press reply. And then I reply to you guys. Like, even if you guys said, like, F you, Josh, you suck, I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. But, you know, the channel at the end of the day is made for you guys to enjoy, but also I want me to be able to enjoy my own channel. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like, people should be able to make the content. Like, there's tons of YouTube channels and tons of things on YouTube. Every creator should be able to make what they want to create. Yep. You should not be forced into telling a story for your viewers or for popularity, yep, or for monetary gain, or anything like that. And to me, in my opinion, like, it might be, like, spiteful to say this, but I don't think that Randrell and Marissa created their channel just to create their own content. Because it was immediately after, like, their whole falling out with me. And then I found out on top of that, which I'll transition to really quick before I read the thing, but we pulled up, you know, their channel, as you guys can see here, and I actually can't zoom in on here. Oh, wait, psych? Yes, I can. Psych. But we pulled up their channel and their About page, and I actually learned after reading Toga Best Girl's comment that, because me and John were having a conversation about, like, joining YouTube times and stuff like that, and so I actually was curious, and I went on their channel to see what day they created their YouTube channel, and it was October 11th, 2018. So, what's the relevance in that? For those of you who know the channel, and you've been watching the channel, you know that my live stream happened 2 weeks after that. The argument that we had that supposedly had Marissa quitting the channel was 1 week before that. And that means that this was 1 week before that. So what it makes it seem like to me is that all of this was just pre-planned and that they were lying about, you know, wanting to do their own thing. Like, they had already pre-decided this ahead of time that they were going to do this. So it was like, to me, that was like a huge strike in the face, because even as I was going about this whole situation, making the live stream, etc., I didn't even know that they had already created their own channel, or I don't know who created it. I can't say, because I don't have any proof or say-so of who created it, whether it was Marissa Randall, whatever. But I do know that while they've been living in the same house as me, they have been acting as a collective unit. So it's just like,
Yeah,
I can
yours
just...
was exactly 12 days. Your live stream was exactly 12 days afterwards.
Literally. So it's like, you know, my live stream was like 2 weeks after, basically.
Yeah.
And so it's like, even my announcement, I went back to my announcement video to announce that I was doing a live stream for you guys. And at that point, I didn't even know that Marissa was leaving my channel at all. So I didn't even say that in the channel. I was just going to have a 2K live stream where it was me, Marissa, and Bria. And that's what I was planning on doing. And they had created the other channel before that. So it's like, obviously, like, you know, that will speak for itself. But I wanted to read the conversation that came from Toga Best Girl.
So he can reply to what his thoughts on.
So I can reply to my thoughts and basically answer Toga's Best Girl's question on our channel to say, can I kind of speak on a few of the things that were said?
Yep.
I will try to say as much as I can about what happened or what's going on. So the initial comment, there was apparently 2 comment threads. I should say that. There's one from Toga Best Girl that led into a conversation, and one comment from Bria on their channel that led into a conversation. So the Toga Best Girl comment thread says, just found this from the other channel. I assume by this you're meaning you just found their channel from...
Let's Play.
Yeah, from Let's Plays. Because Let's Plays actually is on their related channels thing. So when people look up Let's Plays, I guess they also somehow get routed to Marissa and Randall's new channel as well.
Algorithm, yeah.
Yeah, YouTube algorithm, basically. Facial recognition, stuff like that. So, says, just found this from the other channel, ... I think it's cool and all that you two started your own channel, but you should have at least made it original in nature. It's pretty obvious that you guys just copied a lot of the same stuff from LPA when you were there. Also, starting Patreon really early from like video 1 is usually a very bad sign and shows that you're just trying to make easy money. Even the rewards are kind of the same, just renamed. I think even on you guys' old channel, there was no Patreon until like 10 episodes, which is true, which is funny to me because Toga Best Girl, you've clearly done your research and dug pretty hard for this because you have to go to like the first post on the Patreon. I had to go back and be like, was it 10 episodes in? Dang, it was. Toga Best Girl, investigate. Like, CSI, Toga Best Girl. But it said, I think even on you guys' old channel, there was no Patreon until like 10 episodes in, which was a couple weeks in, which is true because we were doing videos like sporadically or like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't even think I had an official schedule back then. But I do know that the videos were spaced, which means that if you take like 3 videos a week, us being on episode 10 means that we had to be at least 3 or 4 weeks into the channel to do that. Period. I also don't know if I have my time periods mixed up, but did you guys open this channel very soon after the fight with the other channel? If so, were you guys planning this before? And I assume they mean before they left my channel. Were they planning this? Like stated, I'd like to stay a supporter, but I can't if I feel like it's a copycat effort. So basically, Toga Best Girl was trying to say to Marissa and Randall, I liked all of you. I would like to support both channels, but I need you to explain to me your side of the story, because right now you guys seem really sus, essentially. And that's really cool of you, Toga Best Girl, because honestly, you gave them more leeway than I would have. Mm-hmm. Like, you basically just were like, okay, I like both of y'all. Please explain to me your side of the story so that I can still have faith in you guys and still believe in you guys. And that's where you started off, Toga Best Girl, which is good. Because you started off from like a good point of view and you're giving everyone a chance. You didn't just believe me at my face value and say, Marissa and Randall are trash. He said, you know what? Or he or she, I don't know if it's he or she, but he or she said, you know what? I'm going to go ask Marissa and Randall. They have their own platform now. Hopefully they'll reply to me. Or hopefully they'll talk to me about this.
Yeah. Because
we're regular human beings. I'm a supporter of them. Ultimately a creator, unless they're way too busy. They have like millions and millions of subscribers and they can't get to every comment. Like, they should be replying to every comment that they can.
Yep.
And should be interacting with their viewers. Yep. If they really care about their viewers as much as they say they do.
Yep.
So, addressing a bunch of things from this first comment, things that I want to address is when you said you should have at least made it original in nature. I did personally notice early on, like I think I checked their channel like once or twice like early on, and I just saw that like a bunch of the same stuff. Besides them naming it something different, which obviously they couldn't name it Let's Plays Animes, but Anime Eats, I guess, is not that far off, and like the whole idea seems like it was taken from the fact that I didn't want us to eat on the channel, because we got early comments about people not liking it when we were chewing loud and stuff like that during reactions. So it seems like they kind of just play that into their favor so that they're able to eat and watch anime at the same time, which is fine. Like, I don't have a problem with it, but I did notice, like, even, like, their scheduling, them creating the Patreon from episode 1 was because they were used to our channel having a Patreon, and they wanted to create their own, which Marissa brought up a point later in the conversation when I read through this comment thread about that, and it wasn't really relevant as to why they had a Patreon already.
But you'll get that when you...
Yeah, but I'll get to that. But it's like, yeah, I will say I did notice that they did copy a lot of the stuff in the same nature. Like, even the format of how they do their videos, like, talk before, intro, watch, discuss, close out, even the same, like, all the same things mentioned and all that stuff. So, it is clear that maybe they did that because they were just used to the format of my channel and they didn't want to change it up, or they just did that just because they did that. I don't really know. Can't speak for them. But I did notice that. Then you were talking about having Patreon from video 1. I also strongly disagree with that. I don't think that any YouTube channel starting off, especially if you're starting off with a brand new clean slate, you shouldn't really start with a Patreon. That's even in, like, I've done like a bunch of YouTube research, and that's even in multiple research YouTube channels. Like, do not create a Patreon right off the bat. Because what that shows, I feel like, is that you're just trying to make monetary value off of things immediately, when you have, like, no real content yet built up so that people are able to say, hey, you know what? I want to support them more. But they did this on their intro video, which was their very first video ever before they even had content, and before any new supporter that's coming to the channel would even know what they do or what's going on or how they are on videos. So it's like, I do disagree with them creating a Patreon, and I do think that that was only for monetary gain.
Let me comment on the Patreon thing real quick, because I feel differently than most people. I actually don't care about them creating a Patreon from their first video, because even though it does show that, like, we're human. We understand that in order to do something that we love, we might need some type of money income. We're at that point of where that's what Patreon is for. Patreon is for us creators to get that money value so we can do the thing that we love more during our life, to the point of where we can do it full time, like completely. Bird up the count. But to where we can do it full time. So creating it from the first video, I don't necessarily see as a problem. The thing that I see as a problem is not addressing that they created it. Being completely transparent with your viewers is the #1 important thing when it comes to content creation, period. So in order to be in order to create a Patreon when you first make a video, and to plug that Patreon, to give resolve and transparency with your viewers is stupid important. So if I made one on my first video, I haven't made a Patreon even for my channel yet at all. But if I made one, I don't think there would be anything wrong, but I would just need to let you guys know, hey guys, this is my first video. I'm going to be delivering y'all awesome content. I created a Patreon. Like, I see the Patreon, like, creating it when you first make it, essentially like a pre-order for a game. You're not guaranteed anything. The game could completely flop. The game could come out and be trash. It could be a No Man's Sky. Sorry, you guys who pre-ordered No Man's Sky. Shots fired. Pow, pow.
Pow, pow.
But you're promising, and you're completely transparent. When it comes to these pre-orders and things like that, make it a Patreon before you make content. You need to be transparent, and that's what pre-orders are. They're like, hey, we're going to show you as much as we can of the game. Some games fall through on that. Sorry, guys who pre-ordered those games. And some of those make broken promises. But you got to be transparent with your viewers. That's my thoughts on Patreon. But I feel you. Like,
you also just have to show them a little bit of what they're getting
Yeah, you definitely need to like, again, be transparent with them. Be like, yo, I promise I'm gonna try my hardest to deliver, because I want you guys to feel like if you want to support me, please support me for what I'm promising you that I'm gonna bring to you.
Mm.
So I feel it, but and then also don't keep in mind that I do understand your feelings and everyone's feelings who's like, don't create no fucking Patreon in the first video.
Mm.
I feel slightly differently, but I understand everybody else's feelings as well.
And it's good that we have like two people on the video, because it gives you guys two different points of view.
Yeah.
So like everyone's opinion matters. That's the point of this video. Along with telling you guys the dynamic. Like me and John have a different dynamic from each other. Yeah, me and John don't always agree on the same things, but we don't fight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's completely like capable. You're capable of coming to an understanding with other people that have different opinions from you. 100%. And when you don't do that, I will bring that up later in the conversation too. When you don't do that, things go awry. You know. So basically, when he said even the Patreon rewards are still kind of the same, I didn't even know what their Patreon was or their rewards. So I checked it out, and they kind of like their rewards at first were kind of the same. I guess maybe they changed them now. I don't know if they changed them after the conversation with Toga Best Girl, but it's like I saw them before, and they had the same thing, like $, join Discord, when they don't really know how Discord works. They told me that. They don't know how Patreon works. They told you guys that on their channel. So it's like they were accusing me of like using Patreon to be malicious and be a victim and all this stuff, but they don't even really know how Patreon works. Or how to access it, or how to do different things on it. Yeah, John got 2 new iPhones. They stupid. Like, one new iPhone. He got an iPhone X, and they're just stupid synced up with each other. Yeah. But yeah, so basically, I definitely understand Toga Best Girl, where you're coming from there. And then also you asked if they open the channel very soon after the fight with this channel. So that's what actually made me go look at what day they opened the channel, which was October 11th. So then I found out that they made the channel before Marissa even chose to quit. Because as she said later in the argument or whatever, she said that she decided on that day that we sat down and had that conversation that that was the day that she was going to quit. However, their new channel was already created a week before that, or a week and some days before that. So it's like, were you really telling the truth about that because you came to have the conversation to just come quit no matter what? Which is fine, but be transparent. Mm-hmm. Be real with it. Don't, lie to people and then, not be telling the truth. So, next comment is from Anime Eats. Says, Toga Best Girl, we understand your concern. And this was also, I don't know, the screenshot that I have is edited. It says edited. So I don't know what they edited or what they changed, but it is edited. Keep that in mind. Toga Best Girl, we understand your concern, but this was completely unplanned. If we had it our way, we would gladly be with LPA. I won't say anything about that. But we didn't want to leave because that is an entire subject in itself. Again, won't say anything about that. However, we wanted to continue on doing reactions because we loved it so much. The only thing about this channel that is the same as LPA is it's a reaction channel. Won't say anything about that. And we continued where we left off in My Hero. However, we are only focusing on anime, whereas LPA plans to branch into video games, etc. The creative vision of Anime Eats is entirely different, and inspiration for our Patreon ideas were from multiple creators, not LPA. LPA took its ideas from Patreon tiers from other reaction creators as well, which I did not. I sat down and I thought about what people would like that I could give them without giving too much monetary gain from my pockets and just digging too deep. And I was like, cool. I use Discord all the time. I should make a separate Discord server just for you guys. Reactions are part of the channel. Early reactions and full reactions, that's part of every reactor's channel. That's not copying, but that is a feature of extra stuff. That's always there. And then bloopers, a lot of reaction channels don't do bloopers, but I thought that our behind-the-scenes stuff was really funny or just really stupid a lot of the time. So I was just like, hey, bloopers. So that's where my 4 Patreon tiers came from. I did not copy them from anyone, and I don't even know why they're saying that, because like I'm saying that I can't speak for them, they can't speak for me, because I never said that at all. But yeah, it says LPA took its ideas for Patreon tiers from other reaction creators as well. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but the vision for Anime Eats is completely our own. And in regards to Patreon, we only tried to start it early as a proactive effort. If we were doing this to be money hungry, we would be in the entirely wrong field, since this doesn't promise monetary gain whatsoever. I'm pretty sure, like, unless you become a doctor, nothing is promised monetary gain, but yeah. We just really look forward to releasing special content via Patreon, and since neither of us are knowledgeable on Patreon, the point that I just stated, starting it early is allowing us to work out scheduling and kinks. With that being said, we hope this clarified things for you, and we really hope to see you in future episodes enjoying the content we put out. We apologize for any misconceptions, but none of that is true. Thank you for allowing us to clear the air, heart. So I assume that came from Marissa, because I had a heart. If it came from Rangel, that's sus. Whatever. But, anyways, so addressing a couple things in this comment, they said, we understand that you're concerned, but we would gladly be with LPA because we did not want to leave. Addressing the concern that Togibesco brought up after this, Randrell got kicked off of the channel because I personally didn't want him there anymore, and he was causing problems for the viewers, in my opinion. Even if it was just a few viewers, or if it was a lot of viewers, there was even there was Patreon people that were leaving the Patreon because they did not like our dynamic with Randrell. So at the point where, if it was these Patreon people not liking Randrell, but I liked Randrell, just like the same that I like John, it's like they would still stay. Because at the end of the day, it's my channel and my decision on what I want to happen with it. And a lot of you did say, like, oh yeah, it is Josh's channel, like during the live stream.
Yeah.
And they were telling me that I was creating lies and all of this stuff about people not liking Randrell. Even if you go back to the 2K live stream right now, there's a lot of comments on there that were just like, oh, cool, Randrell's off the channel. I didn't like him anyways. So that speaks for itself. Like, I didn't force these people to say what they said, but they said that. So it's just like, I know that a lot of people weren't vibing with anyone on the channel. Not everyone liked Marissa. Not everyone likes me. And not everyone likes Bria either. But it's like, at the point where I felt like you were a negative part of my channel, and I didn't like you as well, like, you just get removed. And that's when I made the decision to remove him. Now, like I covered in the live stream, I had a talk, an hour-and-a-half long talk with Marissa about this, explaining all of these concepts to her. And she said that she didn't care. She didn't mind that Randrell was getting kicked off. And the only reason why I had that talk with her is because of how they intermingle with each other. But, not getting into that. But, that's the only reason why I had to talk with her, because I felt like she was going to quit because Randrell quit. Just because they were, like, together or whatever they call themselves. So, it's like I had to talk with her, understandably, because, if you kick one half off, you expect the other half to just dip as well. So, it's like, she was like, oh, I'm a businesswoman. Like, I don't care about that types of stuff. Like, I still have this relationship with the channel, and I still have this relationship with Randrell. Like, these are not intermingled, and they will not cross each other, and will not make me quit the channel. Which is funny, because that ended up being the eventual reason that she quit the channel. But, yeah, so it's like them being like, we wanted to stay on LPA. Marissa had a complete entire chance to stay on LPA. She could have still been here now, but she chose to quit. So, regardless of what that was for, of her being like, I felt like I had to make that decision, nothing was that serious that she had to make that decision. The whole basis on her argument is that I threw her under the bus by saying that I felt like she had recently been sad and I couldn't contact her by knocking on her door or texting her or calling her. And at the point that I posted that was completely 100% true. And she got mad at me that later in the night, she hit me up and was like, oh, are we still recording? And I said no. Because at that point, I was like ticked off that no one showed up on time for the recording. I'm like a very like on time person, and if you're not gonna be on time, let me know. I'm one of those people that like needs to know. So it's like when you don't like, you know, hit me up, or like it's like even if like John was like, John, if John's not coming, hey Josh, can't come, bro. I have some things going on that came up unexpectedly. I can't come. Takes like 1.5 seconds to shoot a text. So it's like Marissa is even living in the same house of me, so she has more of an advantage than John and Bria had. But Bria at least let me know earlier in that day, hey, I'm not feeling well, but I'll still try to come through for the reaction. And then she didn't show up, and then later in the night she was like, hey, fell asleep. Stomach's been feeling, you know, meh, or whatever Marissa or whatever Bria said about not feeling well, which is fine. I wasn't like mad about that at all. I was just like, okay, we need to reschedule a day and time to do more videos. And then I tried to reschedule a day and time with Marissa, and Marissa was like, no, Tuesday was the only day that I could record, which she later told people was untrue, that she could have recorded in the rest of the week. So it's like, if that was untrue, why didn't we? Because I was completely trying to make that happen, and I have text proof of both conversations with Bria and Marissa. So if you guys ever want to see that at any point, I can pull that up, and I can put that in the comments. I can put links to those in the comments, like put it up on like image GIF or something like that. But it's just like, I'm not lying about these things, and I have proof to back it up. And that's why I'm making videos and content on it, because I'm backing up my points with actual contextual proof. Not just saying, huh, Marissa and Reddraw are liars. That's all. Bye, guys. Enjoy the video. Like, literally, it's just like I'm bringing you guys actual conceptual proof and facts. Like, I pulled up stuff and read them off my phone during the live stream, word for word, so that I would not misquote people, and that I would not say something that they did not say or did not communicate. So, you know, as far as them still being on the channel, or still wanting to be on the channel if they have their way, I know that Randall still wanted to be on the channel. He even called me, like, some days after I kicked him off the channel, and pretty much was like begging me for another chance. But at that point, I'm just very much so like a person, like, when you're done, you're done. I've given you enough chances at the point where I feel like we're done. So after I kicked him off, I was resolved to not have him back. So I was like, I'll think about it, but most likely it's still going to be a no. So that happened. Marissa chose to leave. They said they continued doing it because they love reaction so much. Whether that's true or not, I couldn't tell you guys, honestly. I don't know them well enough to say that about them. I don't, like, from my personal opinion, I don't think that that's the case, but I can't tell you guys that for facts or fiction. They said the only thing about this channel that is the same as LPA's, that is the reaction channel. That's inaccurate. They took one part of my overall channel and just made that the whole conceptual basis for their channel. That would make it, like, very much so the same. That's like saying, you know, like, let's say that PewDiePie did a channel with someone and they quit, and they're like, I play video games, I do Let's Plays. The conception for my channel is completely different from PewDiePie, but it's not though. Yeah. You're doing Let's Plays. Like, if you wanted to do YouTube and you just have a passion for YouTube like I did, like when I sat down to do YouTube, you have to actually think about what you're passionate about when you do YouTube. Because it's like, they even told me when they were in the channel, like, they had no plans to create their own channel that was anime-based or anime-related at all for reaction. So it's like, even their channel that they have now is only attributed to me bringing them onto my channel and them wanting to do the same exact thing. So, you know, when you create a channel, you have to sit down and really think about what you want your channel to be about. And they had previous channels, Marissa for makeup, because she's passionate about makeup, which I can understand. She does a lot of makeup stuff. And Randall had one. Sorry, John.
You're fine, bro.
Scratch the shit out of you. I felt that. But literally, yeah, Marissa had a channel for makeup, and Randall had a channel for video games or skits or something like that, because he wanted to do comedy stuff. And both of their channels just never really got big. and they stopped doing content on their channel. And the true way to not succeed on YouTube is just when you stop. When you quit creating content, that's when you don't succeed. So both of them stopped creating content on their own respective passion channels that they were passionate about and came onto my channel and then created their own channel that is supposed to be conceptually different from my entire channel.
Yeah.
If they wanted to... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just about to say, yeah, it's just like the concept of... You guys all know that I have a channel. It all starts now. And notice that on my channel, there's no reactions at all. And sure, I haven't posted a video since a month ago, but that's also playing into the factor of that I just have been doing other things for my life. I've been taking a slight break. I haven't quit YouTube. I'm coming back actually full storm real soon. But nonetheless, I'm not going to, my first video back, or one of my videos back, period, are not going to be reaction channel videos. No, I don't care about that. I'm here to help Josh, and also I sync with you guys, the viewers, and I'm like, yeah, Josh is a real good friend of mine. I'll definitely help him out with his passion, but it's not my passion. I'm not going to take reactions over to my channel or make a whole new channel that's a reaction channel. Even if I turn out to like reaction channels, that's going to make me say, hey, let me do more things with Josh. Versus me making a whole new channel myself, being like, I'm going to take it. Unless I really come down to that. If I really come down to that, then I'm going to have that conversation with Josh and be like, hey, yo, I want to take this reaction journey to another platform, to another area, and I don't want to play your channel with that. I'm going to make a new channel about reacting to this, but then in thought, that would be reacting to something that's not anime. Or something that's not, evolved on this channel. I'm going to react to fucking memes like PewDiePie, you know what I'm saying? So, like...
And it's like, even knowing that they created their new channel before they even came and had that conversation with me that Marissa was quitting, I feel like you should have said, okay, we created our own channel because we just don't want to be a part of your platform anymore. And that's why we're quitting. If they did that, I would have more respect for them. But they just said that they were quitting because they didn't want to be a part of it at all, so that they were going to work on their own business endeavors by themselves. But then they went and created a reaction channel, which is the exact same concept as mine. I might be adding video games and stuff to mine, but that's combining my passions. Video games and anime.
You still haven't even done any of those videos. Like, at this very point of this video being posted, there's no video game content. There's no other game, anything else content other than the Let's Play Animes. That's literally this whole channel right now.
Yep. So this whole channel is just anime right now. So even creating an anime reaction channel and saying we are conceptually entirely different from Let's Plays Animes, you're not.
Like, let's just own up to it. Even if you did, like, at the end of it, they're like, yeah, we did copy Josh's channel. Josh was like, okay.
Straight up. But it's like I come forward because they're just spouting lies to people. But it's continuing on.
Yeah.
We only tried to start our Patreon early as a proactive effort, and they tried to make the point to say if we were money hungry, we would be in the entirely wrong field, which I was like, like, I don't really know. I know that they talk about being able to do stuff full time, but
I mean, I think it's a fair point. It's rather mute. Like, if you're money hungry, you're in the entirely wrong field. I mean, I guess, but money hungry can come in a lot of different forms. Yes, it is the wrong field to make quick, easy money, but I don't think that's Toga Best Girl's point. So, like, I don't think Toga Best Girl is like, hey, you're trying to make quick, easy money. I think Toga Best Girl is saying, hey,
it looks
money,
like this.
It looks like you care a lot about money, which viewers usually don't like. They don't want you to have a huge care about money and monetization, because people really care about money. Even though time is the ultimate arbitrage, people care a lot about the physical form of money because it pays for the roof over your head. It makes sense. It makes complete and total sense, and not under misunderstanding. But they can give time to a lot of people. They could technically watch 2 YouTube videos at one time, but that takes no physical actual money. It only takes time, which is money, but that's 2 different arbitrages of money. So.
I agree with that. And, my thing is, even YouTube, like, in general, I just had this entire little spiel about YouTube, but I even feel like outside of Reaction Channel, I wouldn't even have been mad if they were just like, hey, we're gonna if it was truly like a Marissa Randrell channel, to me, from what I know about them, it would have been a, hey, we're gonna do a really cool YouTube channel that combines makeup and combines like video games and something that Randrell likes, and it's like boom, create new concept. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, like I was gonna touch on that point where we had passed it. Pretty much like YouTube, to where you're talking about YouTube is like the creative space for you to create. I'm fine with you. Like Casey Neistat said it best. It's not about the tools or the flow that you use, because a lot of people want to know Casey's flow. They want to know exactly what Casey does to create a vlog so they can get 10 million followers that watch their daily vlog. But it's not about that at all. It's about the story that you tell. The story that you tell, the content, the conversation. That's what he calls it. He calls it the conversation that you have with your viewers is way more important. And that's why, one, he never does live content. And two, he doesn't care about telling people his thing, because he honestly doesn't care about people copying his formula. Because he's like, you can copy it all you want. And me and Josh even had a conversation about them copying his formula. I keep telling him, like, it doesn't matter about them copying it. You viewers are here to watch him react, and now me as well, thankfully. Thank you guys for accepting me. But to watch me react as well, because you care about the conversation we have. You care about involving yourselves in our conversation. That's why I'm always in the comments with you guys, of where you guys are talking about something that we said, or you guys are just discussing something on screen. I'll just throw in a comment. Like, and maybe I didn't even say anything about that in the video that Josh posted. And it's like, okay, yeah, let me post my thoughts down here too, because a reaction channel, whether the reactions are that immediate moment or when you guys are receiving it, because it's not live. So the conversation is really, really important. And that's why I think that them taking the content from Josh's channel is not gonna succeed easily, or not gonna thrive, because it's not, as we could say, genuine. Because they aren't putting themselves into the content, versus they are just copying a formula, trying to run and copy.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, like I said, they would have just created a creative formula of what they both specialize in. And that just wasn't something that they specialized in. So me seeing that, I was like, okay, you're obviously just doing this to either spite me or create something to copy. So it's just like, you know, that was a whole mute point in of itself.
They could be trying to chase numbers.
Yeah, it's like they could be chasing numbers as well. It doesn't like matter. But what matters is like them saying we're not copying.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you are. Like, just be real. Like,
Correct.
Josh isn't trying to say that he's the first reaction channel to ever exist, or the most unique reaction channel to ever exist. He's like, hey, this is mine. Like, this is my reaction channel. Like,
straight up. And then at the very end of that comment, they just said, we apologize for the misconceptions, but none of that is true. So they're basically just saying that I gave people a bunch of misconceptions that aren't true, which is why I'm here, debunking this video. Then they also left an additional comment, saying, yes, we did start this channel about 2 to 3 weeks after we stopped being on the other channel. And we just discovered that's not true.
yes.
So that was a straight lie, if anything. And we didn't want to let the downfall with the other channel hold us back for a long time, especially because we wanted former LPA supporters to be able to find us as soon as possible, since Josh was halting any possible form of contact we had with supporters. So let me talk about that for a few seconds. They said they didn't want to let the downfall with my channel hold them back from doing their channel for too long. But if they had genuine, real content, they wouldn't be worried about that. The viewers would find them eventually, and they'd be cool. They'd be good. It doesn't matter how long you wait. They could wait a year and be like, hey guys, you remember me? Like, it's Marissa Randrell. Like, if you liked us, you know, they really didn't even have to say we came from another channel, because if they didn't want to be tied to me or related to me, people wouldn't go looking for whatever that other channel is. Yep. So they didn't even have to relate themselves to that if they wanted to be their own entity without being tied to me. Yep. And they just openly said, yeah, we're trying to pull LPA supporters from the LPA channel that supported us from the other channel. It's like YouTube has billions of people on it. Like, you don't have to go actively be like, we want those same exact people. Pull them over here. And it's like their logic to create a channel fast, and they said 2 to 3 weeks after they stopped being on the channel, which we just learned that they made the channel before that, so that's a lie. And then it's like, you know, that doesn't matter. Time frame doesn't matter, basically, in YouTube. It really doesn't. You could be on one PewDiePie video, make a video 2 years later, and people will be like, I remember you from that one video. As long as someone watched the channel and they felt any kind of way about you, they will remember you. And if they don't, the record is there. The videos are still there. I'm not taking down any videos because they were in it or they were not in it. Like, y'all are not going to see me take down the entirety of My Hero because I'm like, ugh, Mercer and Randra on my channel, I don't want anything to do with them. Even though I don't, like, it's like, that was the genuine reaction at that time. And that was the content at that time. So whether that content changes or evolves or skyrockets forward or goes backwards or whatever direction the channel goes, I'm not going to delete any content. Because I just feel like that's me trying to hide stuff. Yeah. And that was the #1 thing when I created this channel, is be genuine. Straight up. And then they said that I was halting any possible form of contact that they have with supporters. I literally just stopped them from commenting on my stuff. If I did not even, like, until later, I did not even take out their social medias out of my description or do any of that stuff until I found out that they created their own channel. So then I'm like, okay, they don't need my platform to, like, show who they are or whatever. They have their own platform. So they don't need my platform to try to establish themselves, which is what they're trying to do. They're trying to use LPA to establish themselves. And they've openly said that by saying, we were trying to pull old LPA supporters back to us. AKA, we're trying to start off from the same point. It's like working with Steve Jobs on an iPhone, and then in the iPhone development, you drop off, and then you just say, I'm going to create a brand new phone. Welcome, the G phone. Or something like that. And it has all the same features of the iPhone, has the Apple symbol on it and everything, but it's like, nah, bro. Like, I wanted to create it very quickly after the iPhone came out because I wanted the same people that like the iPhone to buy this phone right here. That's the same logic.
Yeah,
so
people don't live the life like me and have 2 phones. They usually have 1 phone.
Yeah, straight up.
But views are definitely different from a phone, but I 100% agree.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, even that time point was not valid. And then they said it would have been much more difficult to do so if they fell off YouTube for too long. So basically they were worried about difficulty rather than, like, genuinely connecting with fans and genuinely growing their own audience that just supports them. And so it's just like, you know, when you're trying to pull from other people's things versus create your own, you guys notice when I created this channel, I didn't care if people came from my other channel, because I have another channel, and you guys know that, Cardfight Empire. I didn't care if people came from Cardfight Empire, and a lot of our early viewers, like the first, like, 500 or something, probably were from my first channel, because I had a first channel. But it's like, I didn't say, you know, oh, because my other channel has not been kind of there, like, I'm going to create this new channel right after my old channel because, you know, I won't pull people in enough time. It doesn't matter. Time does not matter at all. So, like, that whole point was just really stupid in my opinion.
Yeah, content is what matters.
Content matters, and building your own genuine audience.
Yep.
My 2 channels right now, LPA and Cardfight Empire, have 2 very different audiences. I almost never see the same people commenting on both things, except for I am a sloth. You the goat. Or I'm only a sloth, or something like that. Your name is hilarious. But, like, we have a bunch of regulars on LPA that comment the same. Katarina, Timothy, Tambu. Sorry if I murdered your name.
Toga Best Girl.
Yeah. Toga Best Girl's been watching for a long time, but just, like, there are people that watch for a long time and they're just silent. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Maybe you don't have anything that you want to say in the comments, but you just been watching through the window.
Appreciate you.
Like, yeah, we appreciate you, regardless. And so it's just like, but we have a very different main audience here, and a very different main audience over on my other channel. And John has a very different audience on his channel.
And notice, like, I don't even, like, continuously plug. The only time it's been plugged is from Josh saying it. I haven't even said, hey, guys, go check out my channel. Low-key plug there. But nonetheless, if you guys want to, check out my channel. But I'm not here on Josh's channel to build my audience necessarily. It's a nice thing that will happen nonetheless because I'm here. You guys will be like, hey, that guy John's cool. He does have a channel. Let me check it out and see what he does. But I'm not here to pull you guys over to my channel from Let's Plays or to have you guys at both, because I don't know. You guys are here for reactions. What I make is vlogging, video game style type stuff. I don't know if that's you guys want to check that out. If you guys would like to check that out, please do go check it out. Give it a look. And if you like it, subscribe, you know, and come back here at Let's Plays to see us here. I'll be here for a while.
Yep.
And check out my channel too. You'll see stuff getting updated there as well. But that's not the point of me being here. I'm here because I love it.
And it's also because the conceptual point of that's just goes back to Marissa and Randrell's points contradicting each other all the time. So earlier they said that the whole conceptual basis for their channel is different from mine. So why would they be trying to be pulling LPA supporters to their channel if it's not the same thing that they're going to like, that they liked from LPA? Why would they subscribe to a new channel that is supposedly conceptually different? It's because it's not conceptually different. They're trying to pull them to the same thing because they like the same thing. And that just X's out. They X'd out their own point by doing that. But anyways, continuing on. Marissa, Toga Besco replied to that and said, so a couple things. I don't know who's speaking, but Josh said that Randrell got kicked off and that Marissa quit after. Is that not true? On Marissa's half, if she still wanted to be with LPA, why quit? Good point. I don't think it would have been hard if you let things air out first. On the other hand, starting the new channel so quickly after leaving the other one kind of makes it look planned on YouTube's part. And that comment even has 4 likes on their own channel, no dislikes. You guys will see it when I put up the screenshot. But it's like he was asking if that was true, or he or she. Sorry, I'm going to say she, actually, because you said Toga Bass Girl. So I'm going to just address you as Toga, okay?
Yeah, just address it as
I'm going to address you as Toga. So Toga said, you know, is that not true? That was true. They never came through with another video. And I feel like, at the very least, if I was creating a channel that was exactly similar or very similar to another channel I've been on, that would have been the first thing that I talked about. It is 12. Alright, but yeah, like I was saying, if I was going to create a channel that was exactly similar, that would be the first video that I would address.
Video number 1.
That literally would have been video number 1. Hey guys, I know we left LPA. Because they're clearly not trying to, they're trying to not say the name of my channel in their channel, which is pretty awkward in general, just because they're arguing that they're trying to pull people from LPA. So it's like, are you trying to pull people from LPA, or are you not trying to be related to my channel?
Like,
not saying.
Even the people that, like, I think of this in the situation of, like, the people that left BuzzFeed, for instance. Even the people that left BuzzFeed are like, yeah, this is why I left BuzzFeed. They don't say, this is why I left the company that you guys saw me with before.
Yeah,
they say, this is why I left BuzzFeed.
Because that just makes people do research.
Yeah.
What company did they leave?
Yeah, exactly.
What channel did they leave? Especially if they say, we can't redo our My Hero Academia reactions, because that wouldn't be our genuine reactions, and they're on the other channel that we're no longer on.
Yeah,
like, oh, what's that other channel? I'm going to check that out.
I want to see you guys' whole Season 1, Season 2 reactions. What channel is it on? Why can't I go look at it?
Yep.
Because if you care, it's to the point where when it comes to content, you care about the viewer more than you care about your specific wants. But you still have to care about your wants. But it's like the ultimate thing of, like, you caring for others more than you care for yourself. That's just the basis of it. Like, at the end of the day, I'm still going to deliver you the content that I love to deliver you. So no matter whether your viewer is saying, hey, I hate this, do something else, it's like, dude, this is what I want to do. You're just going to have to go do something else. But I still care about you more, the people that actually enjoy what I'm doing, more than I care about the content itself or the views that you give me or the money that comes from it, because I just want to do it. That's the only reason why that we care about this content.
And they're also just not taking it from a point of view of having a new audience. They're still taking it from the old audience. What if someone shows up and they just don't fucking know what's going on? That would have been a great first video for them to be like, okay, I completely understand what's going on now. But instead, you just leave people with confusion. Like, Toga Best Girl came to the channel and didn't even know what was going on. And literally was just
what sparked this whole thing.
That's what sparked this whole video. But it's like, you know, they were saying if Marissa really still wanted to be with LPA, why quit? Like I said earlier, Marissa had no real strong reason to quit. I wasn't burning her. I wasn't hitting her behind the scenes. I wasn't, like, cussing her out. I wasn't doing anything malicious to her. She's, like, literally her whole basis is off of this one Patreon post. And she's like, I have tons of proof that Josh is a malicious person. Which is funny, because if I was really malicious, I wouldn't have let her come live in my house when she was going through a tough situation. So, it's like, you can't even call me a malicious person when I've done more for you in your life than you've ever done for me. So, yeah. But, even Bria said that same day, after we had that conversation, dang, I thought Marissa cared about this channel a little more. Because if she did, she would still be here, recording with us. And that's straight up accurate. Like, if you care about something, you stay. If you don't, you leave. So it's like she stopped caring about it. She stopped caring about the channels. She didn't consider the viewers at all when she just decided that she was going to dip for no reason and change the channel dynamic. Like, she didn't consider any of that. What she was considering is whatever she and Randall talked about and whatever made her be like, oh, Josh is a malicious person, I'm quitting. That's the only thing that she was thinking about, literally. And even later in the conversation, like, Toga Best Girl even told her that she wasn't really considering my side of things or how things would affect things otherwise. And then she was just like, oh, well, I tried. But actions speak louder than words. But anyways, they even said, starting this channel so quickly after leaving the other one makes it look planned on YouTube's part. Like we said, we just discovered they started their channel before they even left mine. AKA, definitely planned on their part.
Yeah, 100% plan. Keep going. I'm grabbing my jacket, guys.
Okay, cool. Yeah, John's grabbing his jacket. But then the next comment says, it's Marissa speaking. Randro did get kicked off, which I was fine with because Josh had led me to believe it was because many viewers did not like him. And she knew that that wasn't the only reason. So I don't know why she would say, like, oh, I was only okay with him being off if that was the only reason. She knew from the day that we went to the My Hero Academia movie when I kicked him off and I had the conversation with her that me and Randall just weren't on good terms and I did not like him. That was very apparent to all parties involved. And so she said, well, through various events, notice she didn't tell you guys what those various events are. Through various events, we found proof that this was all lies. I also discovered Josh was lying to viewers about things regarding me as well, which led to my decision to resign. Again, that Patreon post that I read to you guys during the live stream. Plus, that Patreon post is still there and public for everyone to see. So if you want to see that post, go to Patreon. Scroll down. You'll see it. And once Bria saw the proof that she had also been thrown under the bus by Josh behind her back as well, when I was like, oh, I can't get in contact with Bria, I guess that's throwing people under the bus. Hey, John didn't show up for school today. Fuck him. That's what they're saying that I had said. Like, yeah. I literally said, hey, guys, John didn't show up today. I don't know why. He's not contacting me. Something serious could be going on. Something not serious could be going on. I literally have no updates. That's what I'm telling you guys, because I'm being transparent. That's what's going on. I'm keeping you guys updated, especially the Patrons, because you guys are paying because you like the content so much. If you're spending your dollars on something, I definitely want to keep it real and be transparent as possible with you guys above all else. Like, I try to be transparent with all my viewers. But as well, the Patrons, when there's something going on, like, they're the first ones that I let know.
Yeah, because I think you talked to me. Yeah, you had a conversation with me about that post before you posted it. Because we were on a phone. And specifically, I was telling you, I was like, yes, that's good transparency, but try to make sure you word it so you don't sound like you're throwing Marissa and Bria under the bus. And you're like, yeah, I definitely need to take that into consideration. And you even said, even though I am upset about this, because you were like self-aware about it. You're like, I'm upset about it, but yeah, you're right. I shouldn't throw them under the bus and make it sound like it's their fault. And I'm like, yeah, because that's when I first presented you to the idea of like, you could just record an episode by yourself. You don't even need them. Like, and you're like,
that's
yeah,
what a lot of the
I don't
patrons
know.
were saying too. They were just like, okay, I said, what would you guys rather me do
Yeah.
when people don't show up? And they said, we would just rather you keep going and record it by yourself, and they can just join back in later. But somehow, during the whole conversation that we had, Randrell brought it up as a point that because I was willing to record without them, that meant that I was going to kick Bria and Marissa off the channel anyways.
Yeah, and so like
And so that doesn't
at that
make
time
sense.
you didn't even know. You were like, I don't know if the viewers would be cool with that. And I was like, dude, they should be cool with it. As long as they get your content, I'm pretty sure that's what they care about. And they'll understand if you keep just being transparent with them. And you're like, okay. And then that's when you made that poll even about what do you guys want me to do.
Yep.
So I remember that whole situation. That just reminded me of that.
Yep. So it's like I talked to, my close friends like John about it. I said, what should I do? Like, should I wait? Should I not wait? Like, I was really trying to do the best thing that I could that was for you guys, not even for myself. Because if I was, like, for myself, I would have just done it a long time ago. Like, literally, there was a week, if you guys remember the week point that we didn't have content for an entire week. During that week, I could have done the videos by myself and done it. My schedule is free enough so that I can make videos for you guys by myself. That's completely doable for me. And I would be able to do it on my own schedule. So before, actually, when we had 4 people, it was difficult because we all had to sync up for the same time and place to do things. And if we didn't, then it was just like no videos, which is dumb. So, she's basically saying that I threw her and Marissa under the bus. And that's when she became uneasy with being on the channel. She said I was going to continue to be on the channel after...
Her and Bria, by the way. Huh? Her and Bria. You said her and Marissa by
Sorry, her and Bria, yeah. She said I was going to continue being on the channel after Randrell was cut until I found out about all the lies and twisted truths. So I guess I was lying and creating twisted truths by giving updates on their whereabouts. But, so no, Anime Eats was created in a matter of 2 weeks. Lies. We released our first video about 3 weeks after leaving LPA. I didn't see their first video or the date, so I can't tell you guys if that's true or false. In addition to that, all 3 of us had tried bringing the proof we found of Josh's lies to his attention. Sorry, guys, that's really funny to me. And we tried to have a calm discussion with him about it, but he resorted to getting angry and refusing to speak with us. That, which is when I told him I was officially resigning because I can't trust him, and we clearly can't even communicate when there are issues to be handled. That was a hard decision to make, but I had to. Frowny face. So first of all, she said all 3 of us tried bringing the proof. So she grouped herself, Randrell, and Bria to try to, say that they were singling me out for lying. First of all, Bria was out here with me, waiting on Marissa to come out to react with us, like a normal Tuesday reacting. And we both had no idea that this conversation was going to happen. So when she came out with Randrell, both of that was unplanned on our parts, and we had no idea what was going on. Like, literally none. So her even grouping Bria in there, saying that Bria was also planning it with them, is just inaccurate. Unless I was lied to or I don't have the information that I think that I have. But Bria was just as confused as me when I looked over at her. So it was like she grouped them. And plus it was only Marissa and Randrell trying to bring forth proof that I was lying. And when they said that I lied, Randrell was like, oh, I joined the Patreon. I paid to be a Patreon member so that I could see that you were lying and stuff like that. And I said, okay, what did I lie about? And I was completely calm about it the entire time. And then, literally, I was like, what did I lie about? And they were like, oh, and I said this. I even said, I said this about Marissa and Bria. I said that they didn't show up, And they read the post to me. I said, yeah, I said that. And where did I lie? And Randrell goes, oh, well, you weren't lying, but you definitely threw them under the bus. But I thought I was lying. Like, you see what I mean? Like, they're telling me that I'm lying and not being real, but I'm like, I said that. Hashtag I said what I said. It's 2018. like friggin', like, where did I lie, though? Like, and that's what I was telling them, and they were just like, oh, lies and twisted truths and all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, all these replies that they're giving to Toga Best Girl are just straight lies. And the funny thing is, Toga Best Girl wasn't even on my side. Toga Best Girl wasn't trying to pick a side. They were trying to be on both sides. But they were just addressing the other sides of the point of the conversation as well. And whenever they tried to address the other side of the points, they're just like, oh, you're on Josh's side. That's not the way to take a perspective when someone's trying to support both channels. Straight up. So she said all three of us tried bringing proof of Josh's lies to his attention, which is a lie, because Bria wasn't a part of that. And Randrell just wasn't relevant in the scenario where it was placed, which is why I was, like, irritated that he was out here having the conversation with us, because at that point it had been, like, 2 weeks or 3 weeks that he had been kicked off the channel. So it's like, any conversations regarding the channel, Randrell just had no place in. And Marissa later brought up that if she didn't bring Randrell out here, that I would just lie. But if she had the same proof on her phone that they were reading to me, I don't see why she couldn't read off a phone without needing the support of Randrell. But she basically brought Randrell out to have it be like a gang-up effort. Which is fine, I guess. If you can't speak for yourself, that's fine.
Gang-up efforts aren't really ever good, man. Like, people forget. So there are a lot of things in, like, talks and discussions that people want, that they're looking for, because that's just how talks and discussions they feel that they should go. So when it comes to a discussion like Marissa, I'm not saying I know Marissa, because I actually don't know who she is at all. But I'm positive that she wanted to feel appreciated. Everyone at the end of the discussion wants to feel appreciated. And it's not to the sense of where you want to hear the words of, sometimes it is, but it's not always to where you want to hear the words, you are right. You just want to feel appreciated. And to feel that you are not invaluable to anyone else. You want to feel on the same level, if not higher than the other person. And so bringing up points of, I wanted this other person out here. When you gang up on someone, they don't think about the other side of it. But if you have two people saying, hey, this makes sense, they feel like the other person is like almost bullied into, yeah, you're right. And
which, if you have a strong personality, like they know that I have, that just wasn't going to fly with me. And that just makes me more irritated that Marissa felt like she couldn't even come have a conversation with me when we're roommates. And she would literally go weeks without talking to me when we're on roommates, when we're literally right down the hallway from each other. Like, walk across the hallway, knock on the door, hey, I need to talk. And it's funny because I did that a ton of times, but Marissa was always like, I'm too busy to talk. I'm doing too many things. But it's like, then she would be in the house for hours and claim that she couldn't have a simple conversation with me about things. So it's like, you know, even her inability to just talk to me about things. Even when I mentioned in the live stream about the reasons why me and Randrell got into it, Randrell would come spend the night here every single night. And he still does. But it's like, they had a, like, basic inability to knock on my door and talk to me in person instead of leaving the house and texting me a paragraph of text or something that they're upset about. That would be like if after this video I was upset with John and I literally waited until the moment that he left, got outside my house, and I said, hey, you know what, John? Fuck you, bro. I hate you, bro. You shouldn't have said that shit to me, bro, while you were here. That's cowardly as fuck. Like, excuse my language, but, like, that is cowardly as fuck. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Like, when you cannot talk to someone and you're an adult, when you cannot talk to someone about a problem that you have with them in person, but then you want to go behind the back of them or tell them through text, like, it's like breaking up with someone through text. That shit is cowardly. You go up to them, you have a conversation with them, like adults, and it's funny because they said that then when they came out together and they were quote unquote trying to gang up on me, which is funny because I just didn't feel pressured by them at all. Like at the point where Marissa's saying that I got mad and refused to talk to them, we had been having the conversation for 30 to 40 minutes, and I was like, okay, cool. We were going in circles, so I was like, you want to quit? Then quit. I can't stop you from quitting. I even said that to her. I said, Marissa, I cannot stop you from quitting. She said, I know you can't. And then I said, okay, so why are we still having this conversation? I said, if you want to quit, cool. You and Randrell can leave. I have things that I need to do for my content, for my channel, for my passion. You guys are wasting my time. Time is a very valuable asset. They were literally wasting my time by us going circle and if I had let it continue, we would have been keep going for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. But it's like I noticed that we were just going to keep going in the same circle. So I said, this conversation, I just decided that this conversation is over. And what made me mad is that I said that this conversation was over, and then they were like, oh, no, we're going to finish out this conversation. How are you going to tell me we're going to finish out a conversation that I just declared is over? Conversation takes 2 people. So then I just had to literally ignore them until they were like, oh, I guess I'm going to walk away now. And that was the way that the conversation ended. Literally. And then them being like, oh, well, we wish you the best on your channel. We weren't trying to hurt your channel or do anything, which is also a lie, because then after they left, they texted Bria so that Bria could come meet up with them and that they could, like, explain points to Bria that they somehow couldn't explain to her when they were right in front of me. And it's just like, you know, cowardly shit, basically. You know, I'm not going to get in all into that, but it was basically like a compilation of a bunch of cowardly moves made. Bringing people out with you, not being able to have a one-on-one conversation, trying to turn people against other people, trying to do sneaky shit, like, you know, not being real, lying to people's face. Hey, I wish you the best. Like, I just don't believe in that line. So that's why you guys didn't hear me say it. I literally said during my live stream, if you want to go support them, I can't stop you. But I'm not going to tell you to go support them or be like, I wish them the best. Because I feel like that's fake and facetious if I'm not actually wishing the best upon them. If it comes out of my mouth, I wish you the best. I truly want that person to succeed and be great. But there's people that I believe deserve to be great, and there's people that haven't deserved greatness in my eyes. So it's like, if they haven't deserved greatness, I'm just not going to say, hey, John, I wish you the best, bro. And then I'm going to try to sabotage your channel right behind your back. Like, straight up. And it's just like, that's what they tried to do. And it's like, I'm just not a weak personality person or a weak-willed person. So I will continue to thrive and continue to do my own thing regardless of anything that they do. And it's like, I really just don't need them. So it's like, you know, I will continue to do whatever I do because I'm not a weak-willed person. And the funny thing is, if I was a weak-willed person, that actually would have made me shut down the channel. Mm-hmm. So you know what? Like, whole channel dynamic's gone. They turned Bria against me. I'm sad. Blah, blah, blah. Because it's like, I got upset about it. You guys saw that. I know you did. Because it affected the videos when I was doing it by myself for a short period of time. And so it's just like, I even had comments that were like, damn, bro, you look so sad. And I'm like, yeah. Because these fucking traders, like, it just, you know, turned my whole channel into mush for a little while until I realized, like, I don't need them. And I never have, really. It's just like they were just there. So it's just like they're not my channel. They did not create the ambiance and all of the hard work. Like, I know the hard nights that I've stayed up. All the nights that I've stayed up editing until I pass out drooling at my computer. Or, you know, all the nights that I stayed up talking to content creators. And it's like literally my whole entire channel's work was just done by me. And the only thing that they did was sit down on the couch and react. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, beyond that, all the hard work that was put in was all me. So it's like, I have no qualms or I don't feel bad about them leaving at all. I can't even feel like, oh, since they left the channel, now an essential part of my channel, like editing or something like that, is gone. No, that was always all me. Like, I might not be like the top best level like editor around, but I did all my stuff myself. Everything that I figured out myself. Everything that I bought, besides the lights that we used, that were Marissa's, was all mine. So it's just like, Marissa took her lights back. I just didn't care. Changed the recording time. It's daytime, as you guys can see now. Daylight works better anyways. We just never were able to do it because of that time constraint that I was talking about with having 4 people. We could only record on Tuesday nights. So it's like we needed lights to be able to do stuff. But beyond that, you know, her just saying that they brought all 3 of them to try to do stuff, lie. We tried to have a calm discussion, but he resorted to getting angry. Like, she made it sound as if I got angry at them immediately and refused to have a conversation. I had a conversation with them. I was just like, and I even said, Rendrell should not even be out here because he's not relevant. And Marissa interrupted me and said, oh, it's not about him being relevant. It's about what I want. And I said, but how does what you want relate to Rendrell being out here? You can't talk for yourself? Your little baby child? Is that what's going on? Like, literally just communicate. When you're an adult, communicate. And Marissa honestly has a really bad habit of just letting people lead for her and being a follower instead of being a leader. When you exhibit leadership qualities, people know. When you exhibit follower qualities, people know. It's like, when you're a leader, you're a lion. You're not a gazelle. You're not a zebra. You don't back down when people are just like, ha, you're trash. Right. If I told John right now that he was trash and that he'll never be anything in life, cool, bro, bye. Straight up. And I know that that would happen because this is like 2 leaders being on a channel together and combining leadership. Not, oh, I'm just going to follow whatever anyone who is relevant to me says. Ever. And that's probably what happened with this whole entire situation. Like, I can't say that, but I can say that Marissa has that bad habit of following people and not thinking for herself. So it's just like, when she came out here to do that, I was just like, off rip, like, okay, are you doing this because Rendrell is wanting you to do this or whatever? It's like, and I will say that Rendrell has some leadership qualities. So if Marissa was following him, it's like, I wouldn't know. Yeah. But she said that was a hard decision to make, but I had to. Obviously, she didn't have to make that decision. Togabesco replied and said, about the Rendrell thing, though, he did state that as a reason, but he did state as well that he just didn't want him there anymore because he felt generally uncomfortable, or he felt uncomfortable in general or something. Which if the channel belonged to Josh, then that was an okay decision. Also, are you referring to the Patreon thing that Josh detailed? He read the post on stream, and it didn't seem like throwing you and Bria under the bus at all, rather than explaining that he couldn't get in contact with you two and wanted to provide content however he could, even if alone, which apparently you two took very differently. I still think a lot of things were taken the wrong ways and blown out of proportion, and that you 2/3 still could have talked it out. And I think that they meant to me or Marissa, or me, Marissa, and Bria. Like, not including Rendrell, because they were talking about not bringing Rendrell into the conversation, which I 100% believe would have been the right move. Because we definitely could have worked things out if Marissa didn't approach it the way that she did. But I understand now that you wanted to leave. Also, I think by telling the story the way you guys are telling it as well, you guys are inversely making Josh look like a terrible person as well, even the way you guys are speaking of him. The way I viewed the live stream, it looked to me that he told the good and the bad things that happened and what he did as well. And like I told you guys, 2018, I said what I said. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, like, we're not in elementary school. He hit me first, and I never hit him. Boy, I saw y'all squabbing on the floor, punching each other. Like, yeah, he punched me in the face, and I ripped his face off, or something like that, like, or I broke his neck or something like that. Like, I broke his ankle. Like, it's like, I'm not going to lie about what I did in self-defense of someone, or even if I was the aggressor, and I created the conversation, I'm going to say that. I felt threatened by them, so I aggroed them. Gaming term, for those of you who don't know. But it's like, you know, I aggroed them. I'm not going to lie about that. Like, because what's the point in lying? The truth always comes to light. Bro. So it's like, what is the point in lying? There is none. Just like it's coming to light with this video. Like, there's always someone out there that can debunk your lie if you're lying. Straight up. Or your lie will just unfold itself because you'll tell so many lies that your lies will just start to collapse on top of each other. Kind of like this whole conversation is just them contradicting their own point back to back to back to back to back. But they said that Toga Best Girl said you guys are making Josh look like a terrible person. What you guys are telling me lines up with his story quite completely. So Toga Best Girl was even saying that when I explained the story in my live stream, it even lines up with what Randro and Marissa are saying. Meaning that either I'm lying and they're lying, or it's all true. So what's more likely? Like, are they lying to you? Like, purposefully to make themselves look like they're agreeing with me? Which would not be something that they would do. You guys know the relationship between us, so why would they do that? So it's like, it's all truth, bro. But then they said, you also have to realize that the conversation could not have been calm because of the existing conflict between Randrell and Josh after the kickout / whatever else happened. If you felt calm, you have to consider how Josh felt in that situation as well, but I don't think you guys were even thinking about that. Even if you wanted Bria to know, you could have had the talk with just you, him, and Bria, and I think you guys... Sorry guys. People blowing my phone up. Even if you wanted Bria to know, you could have just had the talk with just you, him, and Bria, and I think you guys could have resolved things. I still don't understand your decision to bring Randrella because that didn't exactly help anything. In fact, it hurt the situation. Because I was really just like, okay, you can't speak for yourself, and then you brought a person out here that I just straight don't like. So how do you think that I'm going to react to that? Like, with sunshines and rainbows? Like, no.
Yeah, people forget a lot of times that in order to have the discussion that they want to have or to have the argument that they want to have, you have to get the opposing side to open up. And if you bring things that, if you attack the opposing side, that's not going to get them to open up. They're immediately going to, people just think that, like the anime moments of where they yell at them, "You're so stupid!"
Right.
Open up, just like, this time, it never worked the other 3 times you said it, but this one time, I'll open the gates. Like, you said it with more yelling force this time. I guess I open up.
The story of Naruto. But Sasuke, I'm your friend. It worked. Like, eventually. We're friends, bro.
We're friends?
All the other times that I wanted to kill you after you said that? Yeah,
but
non-valid.
This one time, he yelled it in just a slight different tone.
I got the feels.
I guess I just open up. That don't work.
That's not realistic, right?
You don't want to put someone in a pinned up situation or in anything that makes them feel awkward. You want to make them feel. You want to take them to dinner. You want to make them feel completely calm. Like, yeah, we had a really good time. So remember back when you talked about taking Randrell off the channel. I understand you wanted him off the channel because you don't like him. I understand that you don't really like. You pull all of their points up. Everything that they said. And then what most people mess up, after you pull all their points up, they say, but. Don't say but. Let their points exist. Even if you disagree, let their points exist. They're valid points. We're talking about opinion here. We're not talking about fact. We're talking about opinion here. Let their points live.
Facts.
Have a moment of, yeah, you don't like Randrell. He's done all these things. People actually on the channel don't like him. I actually think this way. This is the way I feel about it. I understand everything that you have about it. Like, at the end of it, people want to be understood. So I seriously think Marissa definitely did handle the situation in a not. Ooh, my keys almost fell, or it did fall. Marissa handled this situation in a very strange way. Like, Josh told me about the situation once before, where like he was sitting here on the couch, and Marissa just comes awkwardly sits like right here beside him, like right here beside him, guys. Like, no joke, like right here beside him.
And then Randrell was sitting right here.
Right
so
there.
It's like, why are y'all so close to me?
And so like that's even more of a situation of like that in general. It's just like not an opening situation. A dude, like it's like my roommate that I've been waiting on for so long is sitting right next to me. Like, can you get off of me? And then beyond that, the dude I don't like is literally sitting right next to you, right next to me. Like, why are y'all so close to me? And then Josh told me that they just sat there awkwardly, not saying anything for a while. So it's kind of like...
Until I brought it up. Like,
what's going on, guys?
It's like me and Bria had no idea why they were even out here, because they just came out here and were silent, except for saying, hey. They said hey to Bria, and then they just sat down. And I was just like...
And in that awkward position, too. It's like...
Right. And it's like usually they sit on this side of the couch. You guys know that if you watched our reaction. So for them to come sit right here, and I was sitting right here literally, and they sat right here and right here. It's like, why? But it's also just like, let me bring up a different, completely unrelated situation that is similar to this. Imagine that you're talking to a police officer. You're driving. Police officer pulls you over. Says, do you know why I pulled you over today? You put on your window, you have two choices. You are either nice and cordial, say, no, officer, I don't know why you pulled me over. Can you tell me, like, I'm really sorry. A lot of police officers will just be like, I realize that was a mistake. No ticket. You're good, bro. I just want you to be conscious of the speed that you were going at. You could have actually hurt somebody.
Fair enough.
If you say, fuck you, fuck the police, they're like, this nigga's instantly getting a ticket.
Yeah.
Like, you're really just going to come disrespect me and then expect me to reply to you positively? This is why I don't like the police. Because y'all always giving me tickets for no reason. Bro, did you even try to consider it from their other side? Like, they're just doing their job.
Yeah, like even if, like, of course there are malicious people out there. Like, without saying, there are malicious people out there. But you still have to approach the situation to where it can be a not elevated situation. And I'm empathetic. Like, I understand. You may be upset, but there are times to where even you as an upset person, like, you just got to take that breather in the middle of it. And even if that breather, you take a step away for, like, a second to where you're like, they say something that enrages you immediately. You feel the heat, and you're like, and you back up, and you just take a step away, and then you come back, and you just turn right back around, and you're like, okay, let me reapproach this situation.
Mm-hmm. But it's also just about having the same respect that I put out for them. You can see that I had that same respect for them the day that I kicked Rendra off the channel, for example. I had Bria come over earlier that day, talked to Bria about it one-on-one for a couple hours, among other things that we talked about. And so I talked to Bria about it one-on-one. After the movie was done, I said, Marissa, I need to talk to you one-on-one. And then after that, I talked to Rendra one-on-one. I could have just been like, when we sat down to record the movie review, oh yeah, Rendra, I decided you're off the channel.
Yeah.
Just exposed him in front of everybody and just made it a huge blown out situation and was like, just leave because I don't want you here anymore and it's my decision. I could completely have done that.
Yeah.
But I chose to have the respect that I had for the situation with everyone. It wasn't like I was going behind people's back, trying to turn them against each other. I already knew that I couldn't turn Marissa against Randrell, or even though I'd known Bria for way longer, because Bria just met Marissa and Randrell when they got on the channel. She's known me for way longer. So it's like I wasn't even trying to turn her against Randrell. There was things that I mentioned to Bria where Bria's just like, yeah, that is pretty awkward. That is pretty awkward how they're always touching each other and kind of flirting and distracting from the reaction while we're doing that. That kind of bothers me as well. And these are just things that Bria said to me because I was talking to her one-on-one. There's things that people don't bring up when you're not talking to them one-on-one because they don't want to be exposed in front of other people or in front of other parties, or they don't want other parties to think that they think a certain way about them. If you have a strong personality like me and you don't care, that's different. But there are shy people out here that have things to say that really they can only feel comfortable saying in a one-on-one scenario. Straight up. Like, you're not going to ever say, yeah, well, this dude is bullying me. If you're a shy person, like, you're not going to be like, well, if I had a person here, hey, bro, how do you feel? Well, I know he's sitting right here, but John, yeah, he's been bullying me for a long time.
Yeah.
And I feel really bad about that. Like, you're not going to say that while you feel oppressed with the person right here that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's just human nature. Like, and so, like, Bria didn't want to say these things. And that's why I gave that air to Marissa as well, in case she had things that she wanted to say. Like, I talked to them one-on-one for their own sakes regarding the channel and regarding our viewers and our viewership and our content. Not because I wanted to be like, hey, you know, I feel bad about Randrell. You should feel bad about Randrell too because of these points. I didn't try to turn anyone against anyone. I just gave them that air to say what they wanted to say to me one-on-one because I was actually still wavering on my opinion to kick Randrell off, which is why I had not done the whole snap, you're off thing. Because I even told Bria, I said, okay, after our conversation, I'm going to think about it. Depends on how today plays out. Had a conversation with a lot of my coworkers about it already, and all of them were like, kick him off. Because he seems like he has a complete disrespect and disregard for your channel. So that pushed me one way. I talked to Bria. Bria also said that she was fine with me kicking him off. So really, I had all the stuff right there that I had to just be like, okay, all these people said kick him off, and I want to kick him off, I'll kick him off. But then it was me talking to Marissa that was like, you know what? I'm going to think about this and try to consider an option and then talk to Rendrell about this later. And then when I came back out, I said, we're not going to talk right now, but I will talk to you about this later, Rendrell. And then Rendrell was like, no. We need to talk right now. I need to know right now. I need to do this right now. And he was like rushing the talk. So at that point, I was just like, okay, you're not going to give me time to think about it. I'm already in this mood. You're off the channel. It's like funny because if he would have just given me some time to think about it, I might have even decided to give him another channel or another. No. They gave themselves another channel. But it's like I might have even decided to put him back on the channel. And it's like at the point where he already made me mad, I already kicked him off, we're at the point of no return, I pushed him off the cliff already. Like, bro, I can't help you. You're down there. I have no rope for you. Like, and it's like when he called me the next day and was like, I get off work at 2. Can I talk to you at 2? And I was like, I guess. And it's like, if you guys want to see that text, you think that that's a lie too. I have those texts as well. And I have the freaking call amount. And of course, you guys couldn't hear what I said on the call, but why would I be calling Rendrell after that? So it's like, Rendrell called me. And so he was like, yeah, I believe that we make really good content together. And I believe that I should still be on the channel. And I called you to ask if you would please consider giving me another chance. And I kind of looked at it as, is this man just now realizing the gravity of the situation of him not being on there? And it's almost like it's like too late. It's like when somebody, like a couple, cheats on the other half. And they're like, yo, I didn't realize that I was about to lose you. Chill. You hurt me too bad. You're gone. Most people are just gone after you cheat on them. So it's like, that's how I felt. Like, it was literally like this whole channel had a breakup situation. And so it's like, that's how I felt. And there was like no remorse, no sorry. So, you know, that's the decision that I came to. But, you know, then Toga Best Girl said, all in all, I've come to understand both sides and I've made my decision. Thank you for explaining to me your side. So even then, Toga was still respectful. Still came at them. Thank you. I didn't agree with your point, but thank you for explaining your side to me. Like I said, that's more leeway than I would have given them. And then they hit Toga with the response of, it sounds like you made your decision beforehand already. Why would someone even come to the channel and try to ask you for your side or your opinion if they had already decided beforehand? If they decided beforehand, they would just would have been like, oh, fuck their channel. I see their channel, but I'm not going over there. I don't even like them.
Yeah, why would they bring
Toga came over there because they were genuinely trying to support you and to be a part of your viewership, be a part of your new audience. But then it's like you turn them away by lying. And it's like, and then they even asked me to make it a video about this, which is the reason why I'm doing all this, besides people being like, oh, I don't like that the dynamic has changed. Well, it's like, I'm sorry, if you don't like that the dynamic is me and John and that we're more jokey than it was before, that we're more this or more that, but it's like, you're looking at two different people, and different people have different interactions. It's like, I wish I could bring back the interaction. I think Bria should still be here. She would still be a great addition to the channel. But it's like Bria made it pretty well known, like she had a comment on here that made it pretty well known that she didn't want anything to do with LPA, and that she didn't want to be on it anymore, which is not what she made it apparent to me. She told me at the very last thing that she said to me, she said, hey, I'd really like to be kind of like a part-time person on the channel. Come through when I can, and when I can't, I don't want it to be any problems. And I said, okay, that's cool. When do you think like those times would be? Are you going to let me know or anything like that or whatever? And she was like, we'll see how things play out. And that's the last thing that she ever said to me. So me seeing her comment was a complete shock to me, but also like a slap in the face, because she didn't even talk to me about it. She was just like, and that's like some straight snake stuff. Like, the same snaky stuff that Randall and Marissa were doing, the same snake stuff that Bria just pulled when she did that. Because it's like, especially when I had more respect for Bria than Randall and Marissa, because I met Randall and Marissa this year, a couple months ago in summer. I met Bria years ago. And so it's just like, I had a lot more respect for her, and I thought she had a lot more respect for me as a person to be able to talk to me about what thing that's going on. Same thing for Jonathan. I've known Jonathan for many years now. If Jonathan ever did that or approached it that way, I would be like, wow, that's really snaky, and I had a lot of respect for you, and I thought that you would approach it differently, especially after knowing me for a lot of years. But it's like, if you do that, you're just proving that you just don't even care about the other person.
Yep.
You have no respect for how many years you guys have known each other. You have no respect for the other person. No matter what you say or say, you know, I will always treasure the memories that I had, or always never respect things, or it's not anyone's fault. You can't even make that claim at that point, because you've already made it apparent with your actions / your words that you don't feel that way. And you're just not trying to be real with your emotions, or you're not trying to make other people feel that you're real with your emotions. So Anime said, sounds like you made your decision beforehand already. I haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg regarding the specifics that everything that happened. I'm pretty sure I covered every single thing that happened in the live stream. There wasn't an additional thing that I forgot. I even mentioned that I owed Randall money in that, which I didn't even have to mention, because that wasn't even relevant, really. But it's like, I mentioned every single thing that happened in the live stream. And it's like, if they haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg with what happened, why didn't they make their own video? Why didn't they bring these said things to light? Why did they delete this comment thread from Toga Best Girl, from other people seeing it? Because you can't even go see it right now because they deleted it, or they hid it, or something like that. Like, somehow Toga can still see their own comment,
but they can't see the rest of the thread.
But they can't see the rest of the thread. So it's like, who does that help? If you truly believe, because me, if I sit there and I type out long paragraphs and responses to viewers, I'm going to keep that shit up so I don't have to answer that question again. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not about to delete it unless I'm hiding something, and unless I read it back and it doesn't line up, and I'm like, dang, that makes me look actually really bad. I kind of want to delete this. But even then, you know what? I still wouldn't delete it.
Yeah.
Because hashtag I said what I said. Like, that's about to be on this video. Hashtag I said what I said. Like,
I said what I said.
For real. And so Marissa said, I try to always see the good in people and see things from someone else's perspective. I attempted to do that with him, and it amounted to nothing. First of all, we already stated that she never tried to see my perspective, or she wouldn't have done it the way that she did it. Also, seeing the good in me, like, she didn't have to see the good in me after all the stuff that I've done for her.
I mean, just to that point, if the line of I always try to see the good in people was true, she would have definitely been more empathetic and taken into consideration of everything that you've done for her that is good, i.e. she's here because of you, i.e. she was on the channel because of you, you know, so on and so forth. This is your channel. They literally do nothing. Like, even me, I have my own channel, but I help discuss with Josh ideas, but I don't edit. This video is not edited by me. This is by Josh. And they did nothing like that. Like, I remember you said Marissa was helping you with one of the social medias at the time, but after that, it just was all you.
The funny thing is about that is that beforehand, when everyone was still on the channel, I was really swamped at a point, so I sent John a video for John to edit it, which means that before John was even on the channel, he had already done more work-wise than Marissa or Randall.
Is my video still, like, taken down?
Maybe. I don't know. Freaking Toho instant snapped that shit. They were like, no! No, but yeah, it's just like he had done more work before he even came on the channel, so even then he had more of a voice to say things on the channel than they did. And it's like, after I really felt disrespected in the entire situation, outside of the channel, outside of everything, it's like, I barely knew Marissa when she was going through this tough situation that she was going through, and I accepted her into my house. And I convinced my roommates to let her live here. along with my ex.
Yeah, you stuck her neck. You stuck your neck out.
Right. It's like I stuck my neck out for her and I didn't even know her. So it's like, how does that show that I'm a bad person? Or that I wasn't seeing the best in her or whatever? Like, if she really took a minute to sit there and say, what are all the good things that Josh has done for me? You know what? Even if this one Patreon post made me mad and I felt like Josh was throwing me under the bus, why should I quit? I should just talk to him about it.
Yep.
One-on-one. Like, and tell him that that upset me rather than, oh, you're trying to throw us under the bus? You're trying to be malicious? You're trying to be a liar? I'm going to quit. Create a new channel. Exact same as yours, pretty much. And try to steal your viewers and try to steal your content. And also the ideas that you had to start other animes, Overlord and Attack on Titan, the next decisions that we had as of the 1K live stream, we're just going to go ahead and start that ahead of time on our channel so that it doesn't look like we copied it.
Yeah.
It's like y'all knew what we were starting next and what we weren't. And so it's just like, even if you guys were around for a long time, the thing that they say in the beginning of their video, we're covering anime, that came off of a joke from this channel. So it's like, you guys, if you've been around, you know what's up. You know what came from this channel and what didn't. But she said that she still wished me the best of luck and never tried to tell viewers not to support him. First of all, she couldn't tell viewers not to support me because she doesn't have that power. She just doesn't. She doesn't have that power over our entire viewer base to be like, hey guys, don't support Josh anymore. It's not her channel. She didn't have any real power on the channel and she never did. So it's like she can't say that. Second of all, she said she wished me the best of luck. Like I said before, wishing someone the best of luck with your words doesn't do shit if you're shitting on them with your actions.
Yep.
I could say, hey bro, I hope you don't fall off this cliff. Whoops.
Yep. Intent.
Like,
intent is very important.
It's like, literally doesn't matter what you say. Actions speak louder than words every time.
Yep.
Every time. So it's like, anyways, you made your decision and there's no use in attempting to defend our case any further. It was nice speaking to you. AKA, they put Toga into a group where they say, you're already on Josh's side. We're giving up on you. Goodbye. They gave up on someone that potentially could have been their viewer just because they didn't see eye to eye with them. And they didn't even try to see eye to eye with Toga. They were just combating them the whole time. And Toga was actually trying to see eye to eye with Marissa and Randrell.
Yeah.
But just was like, okay, but I don't understand. You said that this was yellow, but it's blue. Help me understand why you see that it's yellow and everyone else sees it as blue.
Yep.
Help me understand, because I want to believe you. I do. That's Toga Best Girl. And they just were like, nope, it's yellow. And you're seeing it as blue. So, bye. You clearly see it as blue. And Josh saw it as blue too, so you clearly on his side. You clearly are already on his side before you even came here. If they were on my side before they already came there, they would have went to the channel talking shit.
Yeah.
They didn't go to the channel talking shit. They went to the channel with a genuine, hey, I'm trying to understand you.
Yep.
And honestly, that was the best, most mature way that they could have went about it. Because when I read Toga Best Girl's comments, I was like, damn, John. This Toga Best Girl person, they are understanding as hell. Because I wouldn't have been. Straight up, I react out of emotion a lot. And John can tell you, that is facts. There's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, I want to burn their house down. And then John's like, bro, chill, bro. You being savage, bro. Don't do that, bro.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? Pull myself back. You right. All they did was trip me in the street. I could get up. It's fine. I can keep walking. I'm good. I'm not crippled for life. The channel's not crippled. It's not like, if anything, rebuild it like it's a new channel. If anything, I'm doing what Marissa and Randall should have been doing, is cultivating a new audience of people.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I'm trying to move forward, and I basically made this video so that anyone can always come back and see it, always view it, and see, like, that I don't have to answer this question anymore. It's the same concept of why I don't delete comments. I made this video so you guys can always refer back to it and see what happened with the situation. Maybe they'll release a video response. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll continue trying to do the same stuff. Maybe they won't. Maybe they will just cover it with, fancy editing, whatever, and try to say that it's a different product. But a snake is still a snake, even if the snake sheds their skin. That's a classic saying.
Yeah.
Like, you don't change just because you changed something on the exterior. If I take this blue hat off John right now, he ain't John Harmon no more. No. He's still Jonathan. Like,
Yep.
straight up. And so it's just like, they gave up, and they were like, it was nice speaking to you. Toga Best Girl then responded and said, I did not make it beforehand. Otherwise, I would have not have come here to ask questions. My exact point. I truly loved all four of y'all. Me, Bria, Rendral, and Marissa. So they loved all four of us. This is like one of those rare people, because people were usually like, hey, I support about 2 of y'all, and I don't like 2 of y'all. Or I like 1 of y'all, fuck the other 3. Or I like 3 of y'all, fuck 1. Like, it was very rare that someone liked all 4 of us. So it's like, he was like, or Toga was like, I liked all 4 of y'all, so I wanted to hear the other side too, and both stories just match up. They were saying that no matter what Marissa and Rendral were saying, it still fell into my story. Still matched up with my story. And that's true. And they said, even if you do / try to think that way normally, and I think that they were replying to the seeing the good in people thing, even if you do try to do that or think that way normally, like I said, I don't think you took that mindset into the talk, because it could have been very differently, and that was clearly not the best approach. Accurate. You keep saying you have so much to say / prove to me, but are unwilling to make a video defending yourself so that I and other viewers who liked you guys from LPA can take all the things from both sides and decide what's true and false for ourselves. I guess you guys don't see that not making a video seems like you guys have nothing to dispute. Anywho, happy Thanksgiving. Still leaves on a great positive note. Anywho, happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys can learn from this experience, maybe fix things going forward, and eventually be friends. So Toga Best Girl even wants us to this day, for me, Marissa, and Rendral to still be friends. After all this, they're like, I hope y'all can fix things. I hope y'all can work things out. Mature.
Yeah.
Maybe fix things going forward and eventually be friends, because both sides were wrong in their own ways, and it just doesn't seem like you guys are trying to own up to your involvement in it either. I own up to my side. Y'all know that. Y'all saw the live stream. I told y'all when I was like, fuck them, or I hate them, or whatever. They're being little, like, pricks or little pussies or whatever. Like, you guys know what was going on. Like, I wasn't sugarcoating. I wasn't holding back blows. Like, if I said what I said, I said what I said.
Hashtag I said what I said.
Hashtag I said what I said this whole video. But it's just like, Toga Best Girl ended out on a great note. And it's funny because that's when they deleted it. So they either didn't like that middle part where Toga Best Girl said they are unwilling to defend themselves by making a video, or that they just didn't like that they said that their story just still matches up with mine. But regardless of whatever the reason was, after that comment, they decided to delete the whole thread. And then there was another comment from Bria that said, I love this, referring to their actual intro video. And then Toga Best Girl said, wow, you came here to support them too. I thought you were still a part of the other channel. So did I. And you were one of my favorite parts. I guess you're not anymore. And I guess from what Toga Best Girl was telling me, there was a response that Bria gave, but Bria's response is gone now, and so is the Anime Eats response. But it was basically saying something like, yeah, Bria was affected negatively by what happened too, and unfortunately, which I don't know who it's unfortunate for. Were they talking about for me or for them? But it's like, they were like, unfortunately, Bria was affected negatively or something like that Toga Best Girl said. And then they were saying, they were replying to Bria and saying, hopefully we can put you on the channel as a guest in the future. And then Bria responded to that and was like, that would be cool, or something like that. She said, of course, smiley face. So I'm not misquoting. So it's like, I didn't even know that, and they said in their post, oh, me and us and Bria are still really good friends. You haven't even had enough time to be really good friends. I literally introduced y'all to each other when Bria got on the channel. So it's like, acting like you're best friends because you're bonding over your mutual hatred of me, which, like, Bria doesn't even have a real reason to have a hatred of me. And neither does Marissa, honestly, but I could understand where she took that stance if she's just super down for Randra or whatever. It's like, I saw that coming from a mile away. Was not surprised that it happened in the slightest. But I was surprised with Bria. So it's like, you know, Bria did that. And, you know, however they responded, Toga Girl or Toga Best Girl responded to whatever Randra or Marissa said and said, "Are you referring to the live stream? If so, what part wasn't truth?" Oh yeah, because this is the part that apparently Randra or Marissa said that I was lying and trying to make myself look like the victim of the situation. But it's like, if I was, why'd you delete this comment? Why did you not let people see that you were trying to say that about me? Case in point. But really, I'm going to leave the screenshots up for you guys to see. There's no need to read this second thread all the way through because there's no responses. You can't read Bria and the LE.
LE.
Or sorry, AE. You can't read the AE responses because they deleted them or they're hiding them or they're just not there anymore. And Bria had even responded at a point to Toga Best Girl saying, "Oh, I chose to leave LPA for various reasons. Something, something, something. I'm not on the channel." And then Toga Best Girl said, "You're welcome. I wish you had stayed on the LPA channel because even the video done with just you and Josh seemed like you guys were great friends. And it's a shame to lose that over something so dumb. Good luck on your future endeavors." Leaves it off on a positive note, but also said, "Bria, you could have stayed. And it wouldn't have been a problem." And that's something that I told Bria, too, when we actively had a conversation. She was like, "I want to leave the channel because I feel like there's too much drama going on." And I said, "Well, now it's just me and you. So how is there drama still when the drama left the channel? The drama's over." Like, I didn't have any beef with Bria, period. And then Toga Best Girl commented and then took a screenshot of their comment that was like, that they took a screenshot of 1 minute after they posted it because they told me that they were scared that Bria and Marissa were going to delete their comment. But the comment basically said, "You guys deleted my comments, ... Wow. Well, alrighty then." And then literally after that came to the channel and commented, like, "You guys can see this comment." So it's like, ain't nothing to lie about, bro. Like, I got all the facts, all the proofs right here. Like, y'all are about to see this video. It's like, I don't have any reason to lie. Like, and like I said on the live stream video, if you guys still want to go support them, do you. Do your thing. I can't stop you from supporting a channel. I can only make you see that they are not what they say. Straight up. And if you like real people, then you're probably already not following their new channel. But it's like, I'm not going to say that you're fake for following their new channel. It's just, you decided to do what you were going to do.
Yeah, maybe you like to check out their content.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
Which is fine. You know, but I'm not going to say, go support them actively, or that I wish them the best, or that, like, wow, I wish that Marissa and Randra win the lottery. Or just say some fake facetious shit after all the things that I just said. You guys know how I feel about it. Hashtag I said what I said. So, on the end of the video, ending off the video, hashtag I said what I said. Happy that John was here to give his opinion and support where he did. But basically, this video is going to be for you guys to refer back to. It's kind of like a backlog type thing. Sorry that this video ended up being unintentionally just as long as the live stream. It's probably just a little shorter than the live stream, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was useful to you if you were like Toga Best Girl and you had the same questions and you wanted to know what was going on as well and stuff like that. And, you know, anything about this in the future, I'm always willing and down. Actually, this video will also be a hub, too, for you guys to leave me your questions, comments, and concerns about the situation. And I'll reply to every single one. Even if you're like, "F you, Josh, you're lying." I'll reply and probably be like, "No, I'm not." But it's like, you know, I will reply. So definitely always, I want you guys as my viewers, and I'm speaking this from me, always, I don't care how big I get or how big I don't get, always hold me accountable for what I did. it's not just 2018. We're not gonna go into 2019. Oh, it's not the year of I Said What I Said anymore. No, it's always the year of I Said What I Said in Josh Stallworth life. So it's just like you guys just need to take that at base perspective and always hold me accountable for things that I say. If I said something and then later on down the road, like, hey, bro, you slipping, bro. You tripping, bro. You remember when you said this? And now you're going back on that, bro. Call me out on that. Please do. I want you guys to call me out on that. Because I always want to stay true to myself, number one. You got to protect number one. And all of y'all might think that that's selfish, but in reality, you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah, being selfish isn't necessarily bad. To have a little final wrap-up point to the video before we go on to record some reactions for you guys. Like, yeah, we're going to get into some reactions today. But it's a new dynamic. Like, I'm sorry to you guys that don't like it, that missed the old dynamic. Unfortunately, that old dynamic is gone. Even through the time of where the dynamic, Josh was talking to me about it, and I was like, yo, y'all got an awesome dynamic going on. I need to keep it going. Your viewers seem to love it. And even though it's changed into this dynamic to where I'm here now, I didn't come in here with the thoughts of, yeah, I'll replace that dynamic and be even better. I was just like, I'm going to try to help my boy Josh out the best that I can.
And he's going to create his own dynamic. So I did want to tell you guys that as well. Yeah. For those of you who are coming after John, being like, fuck this dude. He doesn't create the same dynamic. He's a different person.
Yeah, dude, I'm never going to, like, just to tackle on that point, I'm not Marissa, I'm not Randrell, I'm not Bria. I'm not gonna give you a pretty girl. I'm an ugly dude. Like, I'm not gonna be like, Randrell was extremely, like, differently jokey than me. He was like that type of jokester, skit jokey. I don't have that improv ability. I'm very self-aware. I'm not good at improv. So I'm just good at being real. Being really, really real. Really, really blunt and real. And so when I do watch episodes, like, things are funny to me, and I'm very, 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 like, I'm summary memorization. I memorize summary, point, summary, plot, ending. I memorize that, but details I forget. So even watching these episodes, I have to clarify, to, like, give you guys everything, like, straight out, because there is no introduction to John Harmon episode here on the channel, which might be cool to add in so some of you guys can understand. I have seen every single episode of My Hero Academia. I've seen it all the way up to season 4. At this very point in the video, season 4 has not come out, and I've seen all up to season 4. But even I am not a perfect, like, I don't have as good a memory as Josh. Josh has a way better memory than me.
My memory is
godlike. I forget, like, super big details. Like, yeah, I think it was, like, episode 3X to where Mineta and what's his name were fighting Midnight. I even commented in that video. Yeah, I was like, in that video, I commented, I was like, oh, I forgot this fight even happened. Like, because I forgot that it's not a super huge plot point, but it is something that happened. And I forget. Like, I literally forget. So,
and I honestly wish I had that ability, because it makes rewatch value for me trash, because I will, like, go 5 years and be like, dang, now that I saw this beginning part, I remember the whole episode detail for detail.
Yeah, so, like, I intentionally have set myself up that way so, like, spoilers don't hurt as bad. And, like, I've gotten myself to the point of where literally I just don't care about spoilers. My reactions are going to be my reactions. Like, and so, even if y'all would have seen me seeing the episode for the first time here, like, y'all might have heard me say maybe another line saying, yo, I didn't, like, or, like, maybe another line, but my reactions are my genuine reactions. And so, I'm trying to bring that to you. Season 4, I'm definitely going to wait to watch it here on the channel so you guys will get my absolute genuine reaction. But, like, I really want to be that pivot point for Josh to where, like, you guys have seen me in the last few episodes. I'm on my phone. Now it's going to be this one, but I'm on my phone, and I'll be on my camera from now on, just trying to jot down points. Because one thing that I wanted to help, and I discussed with Josh, and I even posted it down in the comments of a video, is at the end of some videos when we first started, we were kind of like bantery, and we'd sit there and be like, so what were the good points of the episode again? And, like, so I've already seen it, so it's even more time for me to just jot down really quick points and like
As
to
the
take
episode
my
happens,
attention
while
away.
I'm sucking in the episode and doing the reaction.
Exactly.
And at the point where we're getting to season 4 and you guys get both of our genuine reactions, like at that point, the episode will be so exciting to both of us that we'll both remember all the points between both of us, just like we did with the old dynamic.
Exactly. So it'll definitely become more super reaction as we go on. And sure, even in season 4, I'll try to jot down some like important points for me and for Josh so we can discuss it, so it still doesn't feel like it's sporadic and crazy to go around. But yeah, I'm sorry guys, like it's different. It's gonna be different. If you want to keep with us, please do. By all means, we're welcome. If you want to tell your friends, come check it out, please do. Tell them to get in here. Show some love. But I understand if you're like, yo, this dynamic is different and I don't like it, so I'm gonna say peace. Hey, I'm so glad that you were with us up until this point. Thank you for joining us. Good luck to the rest of your endeavors, and that's not even a bad thing. Like, I'm not even saying that with spite. Like, do you, bro. Like, go on and do the next thing that you're looking for. Because
ultimately, you know, like we said, time is the most valuable asset that a human being has. You have a limited amount of time, whether you believe it or not. Whether you believe that you're going to live forever, or whether you believe I'm a kid, I have plenty of time. Anyone can die at any time.
Yes.
Time is the most, if anything that I've learned being 23, so many of my friends have died already and passed away prematurely when they did not need to, or I was like, huh. Like, literally, that was me. I was like, oh, this person has cancer? They're 21. They're good. They still got like 20 years, 10 years, at least, dies the next year. Or dies in the next couple months. Yeah. Like, it's like, you cannot take anyone's life for granted, and you cannot take time for granted. And if we cannot take time for granted, we want you guys to spend your time how you want to spend your time on this earth. Yeah. Like, regardless of what you believe happens after you leave Earth, like, while you're on this earth, I want you to do what you believe in.
That's the whole point of, like, us making this content for you. That's the point of me starting my channel, It All Starts Now. It's called It All Starts Now because it all starts now. That wasn't a plan from the beginning of the channel. It became It All Starts Now because I kept saying it. That was my passionate, my motivational driving words. It all starts now. That's why it's It All Starts Now. And like, I wanted to bring that over here to Josh's channel because I was actually supposed to help Josh out way earlier. It's just that Josh slightly mentioned it. A good friend of ours, like, it was a good friend of Josh's, and my best friend passed away because of cancer. He lost the battle to cancer. And that hit me. That's why the last video on my channel was the video I posted before that day. I posted it is the day that I found out he passed away. That's why I hadn't had any new videos on my channel in a minute. And I'm going to get back into it again, but that's a whole nother spill in itself. So, please do come here to appreciate our dynamic. And hopefully you'll grow to love me. I see a couple of you guys down there in the comments are definitely growing to love me. Thank you. I will continue to strive to help you guys understand where I'm coming from. I'm sorry to tell you guys, I'm not going to mold into something that you guys love. But if you guys can just turn to appreciate my taste of beer, then like become an acquired taste of Jonathan Harmon, then I'm positive we're going to grow to become great. But if you can't, I understand. If you straight hate that taste of beer, then please, like, just put me down, bro. Just put me down, bro. You don't have to drink me. Like, I want you to do something that you love with your life, and I want you to sit down and watch something that you love with your 10, 20, however long these episodes are, 40 minutes.
However long you have, however much time you have.
Yeah, you don't.
We realize that, like, our videos are long.
You don't even have to watch all of it. Like, you know, you people that are watching this episode more than likely have seen My Hero. We're not showing you the whole episode of My Hero. We can't, copyright, blah. But you're coming here to see Josh's reactions, especially right now, Josh's reaction to the episode. And so you care about, you know, the exciting points. And you want to see the points that we've cut, that we think, or that Josh has cut, that he thinks is exciting. So skip through the episode by all means. Like, show us the stuff that you love. Comment. Get down there. You watch 5 minutes of the episode. Comment about that 5 minutes you watch, bro. Like, I appreciate that. That 1 minute you watch, dude. Come on, my dude. I'm down. Even if you don't comment, I'm still down. Like, you came here to check us out and showed us some love. Appreciate you. Even if you're a passerby. You come here for one episode, and then you're going to skip out for the next 12, and you come back in the next 12. Welcome back, my dude. We love you.
Definitely. And as we close out the video here, I just wanted to give a shout out to people who have just been like super loyal since the beginning.
Yeah.
Not that I don't love all you guys, but I did feel like these people deserve shout outs. Katarina Nokami, Timothy, I think Swindle is his last name.
Timothy is awesome.
Yeah. Little Miss Otaku, always there at the beginning of a video. Who else? We have Mikey. We have, he always makes me laugh.
Let's see if we can find some names.
I can find the names because of the comments. Master Cat Viper, Wreck-It Ryan, Alexander Fernandez, Sam Adam, Dudley Red,
Amog.
Amog Hobbar.
Yeah, sorry we're murdering your names, guys, but
Jen McWin. That's an awesome name.
Dudley Red. Yep. I've seen Dudley Red so much.
I said Dudley Red.
Oh, you did? Mm-hmm. Already. So, like, and then also, look at this. I've gone back and looked at your comments from, like, previous episodes of My Hero that I wasn't even on, so I can know who the genuine returning people are. So, like, when I look down in the comments on the episodes that we've done, I want to make sure I comment back to you guys. So, if you're a returning dude and you comment, like, I want to either like that comment if I like it, or comment on it and like ask a question or something, learn something about you guys, because you guys are the community. Mm-hmm. I want to be known as part of the community, not just this dude that Josh put on the channel because he ain't had nobody else.
Mm-hmm. So Omarion, Draco Malfoy, Nicholas Stinson, Misfit Mikey, like I said, Jasmine Delira, you're newer, but you have been like commenting on every video. We appreciate you.
Yeah,
whether you're actually a girl or not, we appreciate you. I think that you're actually a girl because you were freaking out about the 3x1, the boys being shirtless. I remember that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Did you say Mustardy Boy?
Mustardy Boy is like the big fan of Mustard, the villain. Yeah, he has Mustard as his profile pic.
Dude, you gave some valuable information on Mustard. I didn't know that. That's dope. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you, man.
Zuridun, Tab the Apex. I already said Katarina, Timothy, Dart Vader.
Yeah, Dart Vader.
Always comments. And Annie T. And King Gaming. Did
you say Nicholas Stinson?
Yeah, I said Nicholas. And Brian Burke. And that's about it. And Malik Samdi, too.
Sorry if we missed you guys. Sorry if you're a regular and you just didn't happen to be within the most recent comments or whatever. But you know we love you. Like, we missed you, but we're down there in the comments. We're going to comment back to you, whether you're a regular or not.
And if you were, like, sad that you're not a regular, comment more.
Yeah.
I need to see more of your comments.
Join that Discord.
Yeah, exactly.
Get in there with us live action, bro.
Exactly. So also Patreon people that I wanted to give a shout out to: Brian Burke, Scarlett. She likes to go by Stardust, but Scarlett. Brandon Wallace, tight dude. And just those people that always interact. Like, if you're bringing anything positive to the community, I appreciate you in general. But anyways. Definitely hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like as normal. Definitely leave a comment if you have a question about anything. I will comment down below, or John will comment down below if he can answer it and answer your question. Or just if you have a general comment that you want to say about this video. Maybe you agreed, maybe you disagreed. Let us know down below. Subscribe if you guys want to see the super duper cool reactions that we have planned and that we're going to do right after we do this video, literally. And yeah, with that being said, I said what I said. Hashtag I said what I said. 2018, hashtag 2000 forever. until I'm dead.
Until we pass.
Yeah, I said what I said until I'm dead. like literally. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're going to be signing out there. It's been Josh.
This is John.
And peace, guys.
See you in the reactions.
Woo!